Families. Families are funny things. Maybe your family is straight out of a Christmas movie set where you all gather round the trees singing carols in matching pyjamas. But every year, I'm surprised at how my family does not look like any of the families in the movies. We sometimes disappoint one another with the gifts we buy or don't buy. We argue about what we're going to eat on Christmas Day, and we can never decide on a Christmas film to watch together. The Gospel of Matthew opens with a long genealogy of Jesus. It's like having a really long family tree read out, and it's hard to think how this long list of names has any significance to my life today. It goes, Abraham was the father of Isaac, Isaac the father of Jacob, Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers, and so on it goes for verses and verses. But actually, this long list of names gives me a reason to rejoice. Firstly, it shows me that Jesus was born into a family that was not perfect. There are some real characters in amongst this list, and I'd encourage you to go and research that. Maybe as you sit around your table on Christmas Day and wonder what on earth you have in common with these people who are your family, or worse, maybe your family is at a place where it's pretty broken and it's not going to be possible for you guys to sit round a table together this Christmas. Families can be tricky, especially with the stresses of the Christmas season. But Jesus knows the reality of being part of a family. He also knows what it's like to be part of a family that just doesn't understand you. There's a passage in Mark's Gospel when Jesus, it describes him going around visiting people and teaching them the good news, and his family saw what he was doing and they actually tried to stop him. They actually thought that he was out of his mind doing what he was doing. Jesus came from a family that was not perfect. We see that in his family line, but also a family that at times misunderstood him. And as I gather with my loved ones this Christmas in our perfectly imperfect way, I can rejoice that Jesus knows. If your family is one that feels a little bit special or a big bit awkward, Jesus knows. He experienced family and all its ups and downs. I rejoice for the family that I have been placed in with all of our quirks and imperfections. But I can also rejoice that this Advent season, I am part of God's family. Jesus sees anyone who is doing God's will as his brother and sister. That's what he said to his family back in Mark's Gospel when they were thinking he was out of his mind. Anybody who does God's will is God's brother and sister. And so Christians across the globe and across the centuries are brothers and sisters in Christ. So whether our families feel wonderful or whether they feel a bit woeful this Christmas, we are brothers and sisters united in Christ, and we are the children of God. And that is a reason to rejoice.